There are very few places in the world where stray dogs suffer as much as they do in Romania. A toxic mix of suppression, poverty, and a lack of education has created one of the world's biggest stray dog populations. It all started during the 1980s when communist dictator Nicolae Ceausescu moved the country's population into the cities in order to create his own industrial revolution. Happy to escape the poverty, farmers bought all of their belongings, including their pets. But the apartment blocks were too small. Struggling for their own lives, the farmers had to abandon their pets onto the streets of Bucharest. Even after the downfall of the communist regime, Romania lacked basic animal welfare laws. Unspayed and uncontrolled, the stray dogs of Bucharest alone multiplied to more than 50,000 in less than 10 years. This opened the door for horrible laws that allowed strays to be killed in public shelters. Tens of thousands of dogs have been killed that way, with no real impact on the stray dog population. During the years, charities like Dog Rose have started to fight back. We help them to spay dogs, rescue and heal them, and really importantly to educate both children and adults on how to treat and respect dogs. Dog Rose won the trust of local authorities and residents and built the most incredible and inspiring shelter and education centre in Romania.
But then, the pandemic hit. Of course, this was and it is first and foremost a human tragedy. But as always, in a crisis, the ones who get forgotten most are the ones who cannot speak for themselves. Because of the lockdown, people who like strays could not feed them anymore. Food leftovers were missing since the restaurants were closed.
And COVID restrictions meant that our regular spaying campaigns and our education programs were impossible to organise. On top of this, many people in Romania lost their jobs, so local donations dramatically decreased. This is why, right now in Romania, many dog shelters are in devastating shape.
At the same time, since the streets were much calmer, the strays were reproducing more.
So during the pandemic, even more puppies have died without help, all alone on the streets. Social media was full of emergency rescue requests for animals who were only skin and bone.
Very often we have to choose which are the most urgent cases and which puppies we can take in. It is very sad as we would wish to save them all, but there are just too many. Again, animals are all alone on the streets. Again, people are struggling themselves and cannot care for the strays. It's almost like history repeats itself.
But this time there is hope. Because we are here to help. Together, we know how to fight this. We have the expertise and we have simply amazing people on the ground.
This is what we are here for, and this is why we get up every morning. To help the ones that cannot speak for themselves.
So we do not help only dogs, we help everybody that we can.
All we need now is your help to rescue as many dogs as possible and get our education programs running. Let's make a brighter future. Get involved in the Great British Bark Off to raise much needed funds for projects like Dog Rose in Romania and help us change history.